G'day, how you going? It's Richard from Offroad Touring Life. Now in this video, I'll give you a quick rundown of the 12 volt setup I have in the FJ. I've just got back from a trip, which was my previous video of almost 1900 kilometers I did. So I've done about 2,500 Ks with this setup, and spending a week on the road with this new setup, I could not be more happy with what's under the bonnet and my setup in the back with all my charging options in there. So when looking at setting up the 12 volt gear, I got in touch with Shane from Prowire Auto LX. Now, Shane done a fair bit of work on the old GU that I had as well, so I didn't hesitate and get in touch with him to do the FJ, and I'm so glad I did. What he has done is absolutely awesome. So all I did was gave him a short brief on what I wanted. I needed charging gear in the back, and I wanted a lithium, and I needed a new UHF. And then we went about sorting out what I wanted to do. So we've done all that, and I'll give you a quick rundown. I've got a list here on my phone of what we did, or what Shane did for me, and my thoughts on how it all has been going in the last few weeks. Righto, so here's a quick rundown of what I've got fitted to the FJ. I'll just grab the list off my phone there. So what I have is the Red Arc BC to DC charger. I have a DCS 75 amp hour lithium battery. Now with that battery, I have Bluetooth connectivity to my phone, so I can keep an eye on what's going on. So that's awesome. That's all a bit fancy new technology for me, but I'm really enjoying being able to monitor what's going on. Now the lithium battery's sitting on top of a Piranha battery tray, and then also under the bonnet I have a solar input charger, so I can plug in the solar blanket, which I'll get to in a moment. I've also got Enerdrive 12 volt cigarette lighter socket down the back. I've got 6 Enerdrive USB charging points, so they're just 3 individual sockets there with twin chargers on each of those, and an Enerdrive Engel fridge socket charger as well. Now in the middle of the car, I've gone a GME XRS UHF. So I've gone with the 80 channel, because in the old car I only had a 40 channel. Now I've put the UHF aerial is mounted on the back door on a K-on antenna bracket, and that looks awesome on the FJ. Even when I was looking at them, I thought I definitely want to go with that on the back. Now, something that I haven't had before is a solar blanket. So Shane hooked me up with a hardcore 200 watt solar blanket. Now, when I was away over in South Australia recently, it was a really overcast day, and I was at the same camp for a couple of nights, and I probably didn't really need to run a solar blanket. This lithium charger, lithium battery's been absolutely awesome, but I plugged that in, ran it out, and within a pretty short period of time it was back up to 100% from 95%, so I was stoked with how good that went. Now with these batteries, you're meant to, they say around 2,000 cycles out of the life of the lithium battery. For that whole 6-day trip, I've used 1 cycle all up, and that was free camping every night, not having the car plugged in other than that solar blanket, only for like 4 or 5 hours or so. Just had it sitting on the ground there. Now a lot of people are probably wondering what sort of input it was doing with solar charging. I didn't even really look at it. All I was really looking at was the percentage of charge going up. So that's worked really well. Now, the other big plus with the lithium, as most of you probably know, is the weight of it. This battery, I think, is around that 11 kilos. I could be wrong, but compared to, your AGM battery, the weight of that is really, really quite awesome how light that battery setup is. So lastly, I just want to give a massive shout out to Shane from Prowire Auto LX. Just down in the description now, I'll put a link. I'll probably just put his Instagram link there. Head across and see Shane. If you've got any questions or anything like that, shoot him a message on there. He'll be more than happy to get back to you. Let him know that you saw this video, or that I've sent you across to him. I get nothing from that. I'm just happy to be a returning customer with first class quality work. I'm over the moon with how it's all come out and how it worked awesome, straight out of his workshop and straight out on the road within 4 or 5 days later, and everything was not a drama at all. The only time I sent him a message when I was away was just tell him how awesome and how happy I was with all the work and how good the solar blanket was working on the overcast day. So, you know, don't hesitate in recommending him, as quite a few of my mates have used him and a lot of other people I know. So like I said, I'll pop his Instagram handle down below there, and you can get in touch with him via that. That's pretty much it. I'm just going to wrap it up. Like I said, just a quick little video. Lithium, GME radio, solar blanket, USB chargers, and the fridge socket. I really don't need too much more than that. I'm pretty happy. I don't think I've got a need for an inverter or anything. Not at the moment, possibly down the track, but everything I've got in this car so far has been well thought out. Purely because I've gone through the build process before on my last four-wheel drive. But there it is, the FJ. I'll probably do a full walk through. I'm just going to get that winch wired up, because that's actually sitting on the bonnet, so I've got to do that. Once that's all done, if you guys want to see me do a walkthrough from the front to back, comment down below, let us know, and hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and be sure to check out the last video I did where I went across into South Australia, 1850k, 6 days of adventure, just me and the dog, and we had an absolute ball. So feel free to check that video out. All right, I'm about to jump back in the car because Mozzies have absolutely destroyed me. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers. Also, one last thing, if you have any experience or want to share your thoughts on your lithium or 12 volt setup, feel free to pop it down below as well. I'd like to know what you think of your lithium battery setup. I know it's fairly new, but I know quite a few guys are running that lithium setup now. So yeah, if you want to share that below, that'd be really good. I'll respond to every comment down there. But again, see you all next time. Oh, and if you ever see us out driving around, out and about, be sure to give us a wave, or, you know, come and say g'day. It'd be good to have a chat to you. All right. Cheers.